This is a podcast presented by
Hard to Find Media.
Subscribe to Hard to Find Media on youtube.com/Hard to Find Media Network. This shit is free. Share it. Blast it.
It's Tady's Day
Boy, we were excited. You can sense it.
He had a whole block of brie last night. That's really good. Coming back to get him.
What it would be like to be not on a Ferris wheel, but a great wheel.
So we are now rotating.
So how do you feel about buskers?
I'm pretty into buskers.
You are.
I am.
Here's the deal with salads.
We'll get to the baking of a cake.
It's a little boring, kind of.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Tady's Day Out. I'm your host, Joe Tady. This is a show that reviews all the best attractions Seattle has to offer. The format is simple. Each week, my guest and I take ourselves to a different famous Seattle activity and report back to you, the listener. I have two very special guests this week, my friends Tim Neal and Tim Block. Hi, guys.
Hello. Hey.
Yeah, so this week we had to call an audible. We were going to do the Underground Tour. But, it didn't quite work out.
But we made the best of it.
Yep. So let's start from the beginning. So we met at the light rail station.
Yes, on Broadway.
Capitol
Hill.
The Broadway Light Rail Station on Capitol Hill.
Yes. We ran into some of your friends there who were also doing touristy stuff.
Yes, touristas.
Yeah, they were touristas. They make coffee and take you around the city.
Yeah.
And when we told them we were going to do the Underground Tour, they were not impressed.
Yeah, there was maybe an eye roll or just a word of caution.
They seemed too cool for it, maybe. I don't know. But I also have this problem with your friends is that I always forget who they are because Tim Neal knows a lot of people and I don't. So I honestly don't remember who that was.
Yeah, I didn't know them either.
Well, I used to live with one of them, and then there was a group of people.
Sure.
Were you guys dating when you lived with this person?
Yes.
I think she moved in after we started dating, right?
So there's no reason for you not to know.
I literally have no idea. I'm bad with names.
We usually had sex at not my house.
Right.
Which is really all.
Also, I want to take this time to say hello to all of the listeners who are my students out there in the world.
No, this I marked this with explicit content on iTunes.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Don't worry.
Still sending it to my mom, though.
We are partners, Tim and I, in case that wasn't clear from the sex thing.
Yeah. Tight.
Tight.
So we took the light rail to Pioneer Square. Classic. Where else would we go to get to the Underground Tour?
Love the link.
But we decided to get some coffee beforehand.
Yep.
And you guys took me to Elm Coffee, where I've never been.
Yes.
It's a great place.
Yep.
Yeah.
Delicious.
It was good. They don't have cold brew, but they do have flash frozen coffee or whatever he said.
They have the equivalent.
Yeah.
They pull the shots and then freeze them in carbonite and then rethaw them to the point that they're
Carbonite.
cold. Yeah. Isn't that what it's called?
No.
Carbonite is Star Wars, kryptonite is Superman, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just
Was
making
that
sure.
Was that ever in question?
I don't trust my pop culture references always.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and you guys got fucking lattes.
No, I had a mocha.
And a mocha.
An 8-ounce mocha.
I had a latte.
So we, during the month of January, Amy and I, and then you both, we went through Whole 30.
Yes.
For people who don't know, is a thing where you cut out a lot of grains.
It's like paleo, but more exhausting.
Yeah. Yeah.
No dairy, no sugar, no
booze.
Grains, no legumes.
Yeah.
No booze.
Legumes.
Yeah.
I don't like that word.
Why not?
It's hard to... I always thought it was legume, with a y sound. And then
There's
I
no Y in
remember
there.
I took a class called Singles Living in high school.
What?
Yeah. And then the teacher of Singles Living, Gail Mao.
It sounds like a weird early 90s sitcom.
There was a full unit on making meals using only a microwave.
There is a famous cookbook that I see a picture of on the internet all the time that's microwave cooking for one.
Right.
And it's this
sad
woman smiling back at you.
We made a meal that was a meatloaf, a microwave meatloaf, and it was broccoli with a cheese sauce, which was
like a Tostitos nacho
There was
cheese
no
sauce.
cheese in the cheese sauce. And then I think there was a dessert, but like, I remember not knowing how to pronounce. I thought it was legume. And apparently it's legume.
Lego.
Legume.
I found myself
Like-
during the Whole30 describing my limitations to people saying legumes.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Did anyone ever stop you?
No, I just for some reason during the Whole30 adopted this new pronunciation.
So I brought that up because you guys had some milk in your latte and it really made Tim Block bloated.
Yeah.
I
you
felt
just looked
fine.
bloated.
Yeah.
You have looked bloated lately.
Yeah.
I like that as the metric, that it's not how you feel, it's how other people perceive that you're feeling.
Yeah,
Like,
welcome
you
to
look-
the world.
You look bloated.
You look tired.
Like,
I like
feel
reading
great.
people that way.
You
feel
look
great.
sexy.
Yeah.
I wish more people had said that during Whole30. Like, you just have a healthy glow.
Yeah, no one says that to you. They say, oh, you're doing paleo?
They're like, what day are you on?
Yeah.
Someone was like, I see it in your face.
Was it
And I
Amy?
like, do I have a fat face normally?
It's not that you have a fat face, it's just that when it thins out. No, I mean, you as, like, people, my face does the same thing. Like, when I'm losing weight, it shows in my face.
Well, what I noticed
Plus,
was
you
that-
look like shit.
Face first.
I mean, your face just got really saggy.
right.
Yeah.
Like, you
He's
kind
like,
of got a turkey
I look
waddle
like
just
that
'cause
Star
of, like,
Wars guy with
Yeah.
Waddle.
Right after
labial folds on
Palpatine
his
gets,
cheeks.
blitzed by lightning, and then he sort of gets Jabba the Hutt face.
Jabba the Hutt face. Medical condition.
Yeah.
So we headed over to the underground. Very excited. We had our coffee.
Yep.
We had our
We
bloat on.
strolled in.
Ready to go.
We figured,
It was a 4 p.m. tour.
Yeah. Every hour on the hour.
Rolled in at 3:50.
Yeah.
And no
Sold.
go.
It was
Tons of people.
packed in there.
There was some confusion about how much money we were having to pay.
Yeah, we thought it was like $30, and
Yeah.
we all got.
And was Joseph going to pay for us because we're like on the podcast? And then there was
So-
this whole oh, I'm not paying. I'm like,
But like,
I've honestly gone back and forth with that with guests. Where like I want to do this podcast, and I would love to pay for the guests I'm offering. But the thing is, I don't really have enough money to pay for everyone every time.
Right.
So I think I need to start telling people they have to pay for themselves.
Or
if they
working
can.
harder to find a sponsor.
Yeah, I do want to sponsor Squarespace.
MailChimp,
Yeah.
Lisa mattresses,
Lisa mattresses.
Casper mattresses.
Maybe the Sleep Train on Broadway will.
your brand new shoes and coat looks nice though.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are sponsored by Bonobos just in life.
Yeah, just in
but
life.
not for the podcast.
So it turns out that the 4 o'clock was sold out,
Yeah, it was sold out.
and we had a powwow out.
It was like the next one's at 5, and I was like, I can't make this decision, and the energy in there was
It was-
a little manic.
Yeah, we went outside to talk, and we were all kind of like not inspired.
And like some
to
people
wait till
were
5.
going down the staircase, and so it was kind of like, what could have been.
She was like, green bracelet for the 4 o'clock, and they were like,
Yeah.
no.
One of the tour
Sad
guides
people
flipped me
left.
off, which was really rude.
There were also like a Gringotts phalanx of people at computer monitors
A
checking
phalanx?
people out.
Phalanx.
A phalanx?
Phalanx? God,
Like
is
it
that
was-
really how that's pronounced?
Yeah.
Phalanx?
Yeah,
Ugh, that
a phalanx.
sucks.
That sounds like a steak.
I feel like that is, well, okay. It's
You wanna get into what things are?
The first time I pronounced the word is it? Okay,
Nuptials.
nuptials. I thought it was nuptials for probably over 20 years.
Yeah, well, you took singles living instead of English.
I did. I wasn't paying attention when I made my apron. But there were a lot of people. It was very businesslike. I was not thinking that the underground tour would be as...
A little more DIY, maybe.
Yeah, it's
And-
hey, it's funky Seattle, but it was here are all of our black Dell monitors, and there are 6 of us crammed behind this counter. I don't know.
And there were a lot of tourists there with cameras, and I realized it is Saturday. I guess I didn't really...
But it's a February in Seattle.
Yeah.
Where are these people?
Well,
Might as
it
well
is
go
the
underground.
Saturday before Valentine's Day, so just want to kind of
Everyone
throw
wants
it
to be
out
in the
there.
city of brotherly love.
It's like you go on the underground tour traditionally before Valentine's Day.
Yeah, everyone
Right.
knows
Yeah.
that. Just like it's phalanx. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
Phalanx.
So we had a powwow outside, trying to decide what we wanted to do. And we made a new friend.
Yes.
Yeah, trying to sell us some cooks. Let's just let's listen to a little recording of that. There's one in the place.
2 bottles of cook? I mean, I don't have any cash, man. Sorry.
$4. You can't beat it. Like a short period, you can't beat it.
Oh, that's how much it costs? It's $4 a bottle? $4 a bottle?
I'm gonna keep one.
You're gonna keep one and sell
Oh, you're trying to sell us a bottle of Cooks? That's okay.
Yeah. So, if you couldn't make it out, Tim Neal, what did he say?
Well,
about not being able to beat the price?
Yes, it was $4 for a bottle of Cooks, which is actually a pretty good price.
Market
I would
price.
say.
He had 2 bottles and he kept saying, I'm going to keep one for myself and
Yeah.
I'll sell you one for $4.
So he said, $4, it's a price that can't be beat like a sore penis, is what I heard.
Yeah.
Or maybe a short penis?
Yeah, I upon listening to the recording, because I didn't catch it the first time, and I'm so glad you
Neither
did.
of you did.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. But I'm always kind of listening just for penis references in culture.
Right.
So listeners, if you can clean up that recording and get to the bottom of this, feel free
Let
to
us
email
know.
me.
Also, a remix would be great.
Yeah, yeah, yes.
I
The
would
auto-tune and put a
Love
beat
to hear
behind
that.
this. Yeah.
I would love that.
Oh, man.
We didn't buy the Cooks, though.
We didn't.
No.
Although we did realize later that I had $2 in cash and Tim Neal had $2 in cash, so we could have made a purchase.
We missed out on a truly Pioneer Square opportunity.
How?
Which I would say that's kind of what it became, was like,
So-
now that we're not in the underground.
We played with a lot of ideas, like where could we go now? Like, can we save this day? Because it was ruined. We were really upset.
And I was like, the ferries.
You really did want to go on the
really
ferries.
pushing for the ferries.
And we just kind of kept not responding to it, hoping
Yeah.
you would drop
That's
it.
Space Needle, the library.
Yeah.
I was like, the ferries.
My favorite was that Tim Block did say, let's go to the library and try to find a book there.
I think, okay, so full disclosure, a coworker of mine who is also a friend.
Was that going to be a friend first, and then you
a friend?
downgraded
No,
it?
he's a coworker. That's the first line of defense.
It gives some division.
He recently posted on Facebook that he was at the Seattle Library and he called it one of the worst pieces of public architecture that he's ever been to. And then there was this whole discussion because we have another coworker who was an architect and they were, talking about it on Facebook. And I have only
Sounds
been there
fun.
a few times, but it is like really hard to find a book in that library. Like I have gotten lost in there.
Yeah. Do you
Or
ever
it's like-
ask anyone for help or like look it up on the computer?
No. I don't think that you should have to do that.
What?
Like in a library, you should not it should be clear where things are. You shouldn't have to find a
I
librarian.
feel like you have weird expectations for libraries. I mean, librarians go to school for a long time because it's hard
I'm
work.
not saying you have a research project in your ass, but if you're like, okay, I want to go into the fiction section and find something written by F. Scott Fitzgerald, you should be able to easily
Well, it's
figure
in
that out.
alphabetical order. Did
Right.
you know?
It
There's
is.
also some sort of, I think Mr. Dewey made a decimal system that is quite easy to use.
I heard.
Oh, Mr. Dewey.
Mr. Dewey. What is his first name? I wonder.
Anyway, David.
The point. Donald Decimal. Donald Dewey.
Yeah.
Donald
His last name is Decimal.
Jesus.
It's not the Dewey. He made up the Dewey system.
He
His
did.
name is Decimal.
That would be really great, actually. No, I feel like it should be easy, and I don't feel like this.
I
Anyway,
feel like it's part of the experience.
getting lost.
Yeah.
I'm gonna trap you in this library.
Make it a whole day. Bring a snack.
Yeah.
See, so we should have gone.
Give us a call.
Okay, so you are now proving to me that this would have been a great thing. To
No,
do.
it was a bad idea.
But
It
So
was it was like on page, just a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're
if there
really
was a-
harping on you.
What if
this
there
whole
was a
thing.
bar in the library though? That could have been.
That'd be
fun.
cool.
That'd be tight.
Yeah.
I drink there.
Speaking of bars,
Do you think that'd have cool like book themed cocktail names?
like the Bookbindery, or what's the other bar that we went to before the wedding on Bainbridge
Oh yeah.
that has books?
It was in Pioneer Square.
It's on First Ave.
Oh,
What is it called?
by Storyville Coffee.
Also relevant. What is it called?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember either. So we decided to just go with where we were, and
Right.
maybe we could make it an overall Pioneer Square experience,
Right.
which was dubious, but
I mean, Dewey BS.
oh, decimal. So we started with going across the street to the oldest bar or restaurant in Seattle,
Yes.
which is Merchant's Cafe.
Yep. Which has part of the underground below it.
That's right.
I should also say that I've been on an underground, I don't know, offshoot or franchise that was haunted.
the franchise.
Yeah.
Franchise.
Yeah.
You went on the $30 tour. We were just going to go
No,
on
it
the
was
$20
mine was like
tour.
18. And it wasn't through that place. It was somewhere else. You like
There are multiple underground tours.
No.
Yeah, the haunted one was like we didn't meet there. We met somewhere else.
Oh, they have a paranormal one though.
But it wasn't that one. There's like multiple companies I think
Yeah.
that do
What?
this.
Mind
yeah.
blown.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Enough about me.
Yeah, so there is downstairs. It does go through there.
Yes. The Merchant Cafe.
The Merchant Cafe kind of looked closed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They need an open sign for sure.
We went in there and there's almost no sunlight in there. And as Tim Neal said, it smells like alcoholism.
Smells like alcoholism.
Some beautiful, like, Tiffany-esque chandeliers, though.
Yeah, it did have
Really
some
nice stained glass.
But then, like, with Budweiser neon signs around and some sports stuff,
Big,
but then old
big
paintings.
TVs.
Yeah, but also a big armoire in the corner if you saw it.
I missed the armoire.
Yeah.
I have to go back.
Yeah, and we ordered a drink.
Yep.
And we watched the Do Tour.
Do Tour.
On the big screen TVs, which, for those who don't know, I mean, we're all big Do Tour fans.
Yep.
Is the Mountain... Good one. Is the Mountain Dew sponsored, like, mini X Games type thing. It's BMX biking.
This edition was, like, in the middle of San Francisco.
Yeah.
Which was kind of weird.
And I think we hate it? We kind of hated it.
We kind of hated it. It led us to talk a lot about Extreme Days.
Yes, the 2001 Christian-based...
Seminal Christian adventure comedy
starring
romance
the actor
movie.
who played Rufio.
Yes.
Who's still alive.
Yeah, I was maybe worried that he was dead.
You were certain he was dead.
I was like, he's dead, you guys.
So, and you said someone killed him
And
for sure.
I think, upon reflection, I think you are remembering when Robin Williams died and he, like, posted a tribute.
No,
that's what I think.
Not what I'm.
That would not lead
No?
him to think Rufio's dead.
Nope. I think that's what led me to think he was dead.
It was like a murder.
I'm
Why-
so
murder
sorry. to
suicide
speak for
kind of
you.
thing.
So sorry. Oh, he does die at the end of the movie.
Rufio
Though.
is alive.
Right. Whatever his name is.
And Extreme Days was pretty much like the same as the Do Tour.
Yeah, it was 4 friends who had been planning this road trip their whole lives, which is
whole
sad,
lives
to experience as
reach for the stars.
As many extreme sports as possible.
Yeah, so it's them like snowboarding and
but then circumstances.
Many circumstances.
Many circumstances. This is
Based
according
on-
to the Wikipedia article.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Cite your
we did
resources.
talk about this movie
Thank
for a
you.
while.
We did talk about for a long time.
Well, so we were all raised religious, and so that was one of the movies I was allowed to watch over and over again.
Did you get that T-shirt I sent you, by the way?
What?
That says "Raised Religious."
No. What, you sent it to me?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
that would have been really cool, and also it's like kind of sad that you didn't do that.
Yeah.
Fuck both of you. All of my frustrations will soon come to light.
I saw Extreme Days once, for the record, and was like,
in
Like
theaters.
10 times.
not in theaters.
Did they ever show it in theaters? Or was it like directed VHS in family Christian stores across the nation?
I mean, it was in the main store that I rented movies from, DVD Now, in Duval, next to the Safeway.
Wow. So at the time that you were renting movies, they were already DVDs.
And Duval did
Yeah,
not have a
there were DVDs in
blockbuster
2001.
yeah, but like you
Duval
never rented like
didn't have anything.
VHSs like previously.
No, I did. Hey,
from the
take it
grocery
easy.
You were
store.
saying the place I always rented from. which
At
is
the
like-
time, in 2001, I would
Okay, at the
constantly
time.
rent from 2001. Wait, from DVD Now.
Sure.
2001, a DVD odyssey.
Plus, I loved the Toby Mac song "Extreme Days," who's from DC Talk. For
Did
those
you
who know.
own any?
I didn't know that he was in
Did you own the
DC.
soundtrack or
I
other
owned
Toby Mac
Mac's
albums?
album, which had that song on it.
Oh, so it wasn't originally for the movie.
No,
Oh, okay.
well, maybe, but it was also on his album.
I didn't own or really listen to any Toby Mac music. Not that I was aware of. I guess it was in the movie that one time.
Yeah, I think you've heard way less of it than you think you have.
Yeah, yeah, probably.
Oh man.
So yeah, there we were talking about Extreme Days.
I'm watching
Forever.
the Do Tour,
Yeah.
which was muted, by the way, which makes the whole experience even that much more difficult to decipher.
Really boring.
It's like, yeah, how do you know if somebody won first place?
You don't.
There were
Well-
some good wipeouts, but
Oh god.
so you know when they don't win.
So we decided just to have one drink there because we were going to do all of Pioneer Square and take a whole walk around. And so the bartender was outside having a cigarette, and as we were leaving, he decided.
And like, also, there was nobody else in that bar. Like, he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
fully the only employee working and was outside.
Yeah. Yep. And he decided on his own accord to give us some advice on where to go. And his advice was to go on first and walk 4 blocks south. And
Take a
then-
left.
Yeah.
And walk.
And that was pretty much it.
Well, he said, "What are you looking for?" And we said, "An experience." And he was like, "Oh, well, you should walk down first for 4 blocks."
Yeah, but then don't go any further.
Yeah,
But no
then
further.
turn around.
Yeah.
yeah.
So we sort of just ambled around from there, didn't really find anywhere. We definitely didn't want to go down to the fields.
I had a great suggestion. which was, let's see if anything's happening at either of the fields, meaning Safeco Field or CenturyLink Field,
To which
are both stadiums.
To which Joseph and I, like human beings, were like, "What's the Fields?"
Yeah. We spent a long time destroying his argument that the Fields is an okay thing to say. Such as it's the stadium station. There's a
on the link.
Yeah, on the Link Light Rail. There's a nearby condo area that says Stadium Place.
Yeah.
I'm not disputing the fact that they are called stadiums.
Yeah.
I understand that they are both, as structures, categorized as stadiums.
Oh my God.
However,
my God.
they are both referred to individually as Safeco Field. Nobody says Safeco Stadium.
No,
Nobody
you're right.
says
They will
CenturyLink
say,
Stadium.
I am going down to Safeco Field, but they will not say I'm going down to the Fields.
When I will say, as an honest response, just to like really get to the root of this disagreement, is that I did picture for a moment like a baseball field in a park, not the stadiums, which led to I was momentarily confused, and I'm so sorry
Yeah.
that I took it out on you.
I feel as if I was...
I love that this is like you apologize and he's starting with his own feelings instead of projecting onto you.
I'm trying to speak from my own experience.
Yes.
I was trying to... Oh, I'm so tired of hearing myself talk about this. My apologies to the listener. I feel like I was trying to say something in a fun, lighthearted way, and you guys both like jumped down my fucking throat.
Yeah, you deserved it.
They're both called fields. They're called fields together.
Maybe
people
fields
don't.
together.
Maybe
I'm
it's
gonna run
like
for office.
maybe like being fun and lighthearted is like trying to be something that you're like not.
I'm wearing a black t-shirt, just to paint a black shirt and a black hat
and black eyeliner.
Yeah.
But also, I feel like that's a reasonable thing to call those two edifices and the fields which they contain. Even if it's not common, I march to the beat of my own drum.
Well,
He's a 4.
Agree to disagree.
I'm a 4 on the Enneagram scale.
He's a 4.
Is it called a scale? Just the Enneagram, maybe.
You can call it whatever you want, honey.
Yeah.
You can call
It's
it
a
the
field.
Enneagram Field.
It's a field.
The Enneagram field.
I call it the Enneagram Stadium.
Yeah.
That's just me.
There was that park there where that guy was drumming for like 2 hours, and there's what was it? Ping pong tables that are.
Is that Occidental
Was
Park?
there?
Yes.
That's Occidental.
Yes.
Huh.
We accidentally walked in there.
Hey. And then we just kind of felt uninspired.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like offered to like we could take the streetcar back. You know, that's such another iconic Pioneer Square thing,
Yeah.
and then I was kind of like booed out of that. So,
Yeah.
and then
We
took
did
off.
we booed you publicly for like
Yeah.
a good
Also,
minute.
let's
and a half.
also remember that the streetcar just opened like a year ago because we rode it for free because it was
Yeah.
a year old. So I don't know if we can say that it's iconic yet.
Yeah.
I mean,
My dad called me the day it opened and was like,
yeah, he was like the
lives-
birth of an icon.
yeah, he lives in Colorado. And was like, I heard.
Yeah.
And he retweeted it.
The internet is just blowing up over here about
Yeah,
the
it went
streetcar.
viral. Yeah, so took the light rail home. And that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
Pioneer Square overall, we called an audible. Did it go well?
Yeah, I mean, there was a guy trying to sell us like booze. There was an old stanky bar.
Yeah.
There was Occidental.
Yeah. That's Pioneer Square for you. The oldest neighborhood in Seattle, the first neighborhood. That's built over Old Seattle, which we would have
Yeah.
learned more about if we had gone on the tour.
Sorry, listeners.
We eventually, we'll make that happen. If you guys want to join me on that one or whatever, that will happen.
I mean, it's $20.
I just need to plan ahead more and maybe be able to pay for my guests.
Sponsors?
I think it would.
Sponsors?
I think it really would like complete the narrative arc if we were able to kind of come back and fulfill that desire.
Yeah. I feel my desires feel unfulfilled. Yeah.
I also think that Pioneer Square is one of those things that gets touted as like a Seattle thing to see. But like when you're actually there walking around trying to find something to do that's not the underground tour
Yeah.
or a game at one of the fields, it is like you can go shopping for rugs
Yeah.
or like drink coffee
And
or
blown
drink
glass.
Or be like wasted
Right.
on a Saturday night at Trinity.
Yeah.
Right.
Those are kind of your options.
or Cowgirls Inc.
So yeah, we did think about going to Cowgirls, which we were going to do, but it wasn't open till 6. So
Yeah.
Which
Which I've never been to.
me either.
I've wanted to go in the past. I have been to Trinity though.
You have?
Yeah, it's 3
What
clubs.
is Trinity?
It's 3 clubs in one.
Yeah.
So
I don't get
If you
that.
think about like a
is it like
triangle
our
that
place,
has
like
3
different
points,
floors, or
there are multiple levels, but I feel like most of it's happening on the one level, on ground level.
are they themed?
Yeah, they have a different look and music
Is
happening.
one like
in each
underwater
one.
themed and like one's like a
yeah, but they make you wear a scuba
Like
mask
jungle
when you go in.
theme.
One is a
themes.
foam party. Yeah.
Is it really?
No, I wish though.
Have any of us been to a foam party before?
No.
I almost went in Mexico once with Amy, where we were like desperate for something to do, and there was they were.
Oh, right, because you were
With
talking
those
about
people.
this.
No, but then we met those people, and they were
yeah.
really fun,
And
and
you
we
went
ended
to
up
a
just
foam
drinking
party.
with them. And
Yeah.
I'm so excited that we didn't go to that foam party.
Yeah.
So excited.
Are
a good
foam
lesson.
parties sanitary? Like, is the foam made of soap?
No, I don't think it's unsanitary.
It's like a weird. I'm just like, it feels like a public pool to me. Like, you know,
You're not in it for that long,
But you I mean, we all swim in public pools.
and that has
right,
chlorine
but they have
in it.
chlorine. So is there chlorine in the foam?
Yeah, but there's no one peeing in the foam.
You don't
Not
know
that you can see.
Hey, that's why it's a foam party.
Yeah.
I mean,
I have some serious FOMO right now.
I was about to make that joke. If you miss one of these parties, do you have FOMO?
Maybe that's what's used to make the foam. FOMO.
The
Just add water.
The energy of everyone who's missing out. None to say, Tim? What? If you could see, listeners, if you could see his
silenced him.
face.
I got nothing.
He's-
nothing.
he's
on
upset.
FOMO.
Oh, God.
You guys jumped on my fucking throat over the fields, and then this
Hey.
bullshit goes on forever.
Babe.
Tim,
Babe.
Babe.
Listeners,
I bought
if
you
could
flowers
see-
today. I'm so nice to
So
you.
Tim Neal has recently cottoned on to this whole "I'm so nice to you" thing, and it's great. 'cause
I just regularly
all
tell
he
him
has to
that I'm
do
so
is be
nice to
nice to
him.
me, and then he's like, "I'm so nice to you." I'm like, "You're not giving me a choice in the matter."
yeah, but the
Like,
more he says it, the more it's just like in your head.
right. So like,
Do you say it to him while
today,
he's sleeping? So he just like, I'm so nice to you.
I'm so nice to you.
I got back from a thing, and you got back from ballet, and I had to go to another thing, and then I was like rushing out of the apartment, and there were these beautiful flowers laying in the kitchen. I was like, "Where are the flowers from?" And you were like, "I got them for you because I'm so nice to you." And then I was like,
Actually, I didn't say that. You said, you're so nice to me.
with a big old eye roll. It's like hard. I feel like I can't take anything that you do for me as genuine now because I think you're just trying to like create.
Wow.
Create. I feel like that is a legitimate and reasonable emotional response to.
Do you guys want me to leave this part in the podcast?
Sure.
Wow, dude.
Respond, please.
I mean, I just feel like I'm stating facts. I'm just recognizing reality, which is that I'm very nice to you.
Do you think I'm nice to you?
Sometimes.
Like,
You don't say it enough.
like if you being nice to me is like the benchmark at like a 10 out of 10, what number am I nice to you?
On average,
Yeah.
maybe like a 7 or an 8.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with 7 because I feel like the 8 was just thrown in to soften the blow. How could I be nicer to you?
Have you ever gotten him flowers?
Yes, I sent him
gotten
flowers
me
to his
flowers.
desk at work,
It's true.
which can I tell you is
a little much.
fucking expensive.
It's a little much, to be
It was,
honest.
yeah, it was a little heavy-handed.
You were trying so hard that it brought you down to a 7.
So my earnestness
Yeah.
in trying to be nice like hamstrings me. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I want like tell me more.
Tell me more.
Tell me more, Tim Neal.
You know, sometimes you're like at home and you're kind of just like in your world, reading your book, and you know, it's like you don't step out of your way to be like lover of mine.
To like give you all of his attention.
But I do every
Yes.
time
Yes.
you walk in the door go, lover of mine,
Tell me
where have you been?
Oh, man.
Pioneer Square
So I
with
feel
my
like
2 best friends.
Oh, wow.
that's so nice.
Wow. We did go camping together.
Actually, I don't think Tim was there.
I wasn't there. I fully was not there.
Yeah,
But I loved all of the photos on Facebook.
Yeah.
Those hammocks look so fun.
They were fun.
I did wonder if you hated me on that trip, Joe.
You've said this several times. You've literally said the sentence.
He talks about it at least every week.
So he said to Amy once, "Sometimes I think Joe Tady hates me." which like couldn't be further from the
It's
truth.
not that you hate me. It's like that. Like the things it's just like I say the eye rolliest bullshit.
Yeah, so do I. What are you talking about?
I guess.
Do you guys feel like you're competing?
Nah, maybe. I feel like I'm competing with everyone.
I'm listening to myself, and it seems like I think that everyone doesn't like me enough.
Oh yeah, that's me. That's me too, though. So then
yeah.
it's like if there's another person doing that, it's like it's kind of like, oh, I guess this guy doesn't like me, but it's not true.
Who do you think?
Text my therapist.
Yeah.
Hey Deb, who do you think likes you the most of all the people in your life? Like, who is the nicest to you?
Probably you.
So the best you can do is 7 out of 10 on your scale for other people.
Hey man, as extreme days would teach us, we live in a broken world.
Whoa.
And
Extreme days. That's the song.
Only the love of Christ can shine a light on a broken spirit.
God, he can't help you.
I'm gonna try and be nicer to you, I guess.
Well, I feel
Maybe.
I feel like this outing has brought us all closer together.
Yeah.
Which is really what this podcast is all about, bringing us closer together, bringing us closer to the city that we live in.
And if only we had bought one of those bottles of Cook's, we could have a really nice toast right now.
Yeah.
To love and to life.
To us.
And to us.
Yeah.
L'chaim.
Shalom.
Prost.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Peace, brother.
All right, well, I think that about wraps things up. Tim Block, thank you so much for being on.
Thank you.
This was
pleasure to be here.
This was a great episode. I had a lot of fun, even though it changed along the way. I don't handle change well.
You did beautifully.
As a rule,
You did really good.
I like my routine.
Yes.
And thank you guys for listening. I'll be back with another episode soon. You can find us or just me on SoundCloud, iTunes, Facebook. Just search Tady's Day Out, and I'll be there. Make it a great day.
This has been a podcast presented by
Hard to Find Media.
Subscribe to Hard to Find Media on youtube.com/Hard to Find Media Network. This shit is free. Share it. Blast it. Fuck it.